What's going on YouTube? Claykeys all backing in with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius banner review. And finally, we're done with Type 0. This is the last one, I promise, guys. And for all you Type 0 fans, this is your last hurrah for a little bit at least. So get these characters while you can. We have a 3-star base in Sice. We have a 4-star base in King. And then we have Rem, who a lot of people have been looking forward to at a 5-star base. And I'm going to go over each of the characters and tell you why you should be pulling this banner or why you shouldn't be. First unit up on the banner is 3-star, and that's in Sice. She's kind of like a physical damage dealer, debuffer in a way, coming in at a 3-star base, only going up to 5-star though. And we know that without being something really special about them, they're not going to have a lot of stuff going for them. But let's go ahead and look at that TM. It's a persistence. It's going to be a defense and spirit 20% materia. And that may come in a lot of handy, right? Because as you saw with the Bahamut trial recently, we needed a lot of spirit there. We were just roasted. So we do want our attacks. We do want our, our big damage dealing and the TMs. We're also going to want defense to back it up. And this could become a TM in the future you may want to get your hands on, to spread out across your team, across all kinds of TMs. So definitely one I'd say about mid-tier to high-tier, something you may want, okay? So then we're going to talk about the limit burst here. We have Death Maelstrom, physical damage 2.5 times multiplier, blind chance about 40% to all. So this could be a really good one to use in maybe the arena or on a boss fight, maybe where you need to blind something. So at least it has that blind chance added to it, besides just the physical damage, to give it something, as a little more touch, extra touch, all right? Let's talk about the support abilities for Sice. It's going to come in at Black Hole. That's the only one she has. It's going to debuff the attack, defense, spirit, and magic by 25% for 3 turns to all enemies. So it's not the biggest debuff, but it is for everything. You're breaking every one of the stats for everyone. It's AoE, 25%, so that's pretty okay if you don't have a breaker or you need to break AoE massive. That's pretty cool. Then coming up the attack abilities, she has Moxie Magic, Spirit, Attack, and Defense. Those are 4 different abilities, and what it does is physical damage, 1 point times multiplier, AoE, and then it increases that stat that you use it by 50% for 3 turns to Sice. So if you're like, I'm going to use Moxie Magic, she's going to do physical damage, and then she's also going to put up her magic by 50%, so forth and so on. So that's a pretty okay move. You get to do AoE damage, you get to boost up a stat you may want to on Sice. Seems pretty decent. And then she has Grim Reaper, 50% chance KO to cast KO and kill a target to all. The problem I have with this is I don't know if it's allowed in Arena, as I'm making this video before she's out. I don't know if Global's just going to lock it up. I do believe Setra's ability that KOs all, or has a chance to KO, is locked out, so I'm not sure. If it's not, this could be very good in Arena. You could just cast that over and over again and just 50% kill somebody, but it doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it'd break the arena, so I'm assuming it's not going to be used there. And then everywhere else probably doesn't have the best use, so the ability just might just go off without being used at all. Then she has Dark Nebula, physical 2.1 times multiplier with 30% chance to stop to one opponent. So if you need to stop an opponent, you need to cast stop on them. She does have the physical damage 2 times multiplier plus that stop chance, which is pretty good, which is why I mentioned it. And then finally, that's all we're going to talk about with Sice. Sice overall just isn't really there. It has nothing really special to work with besides that Grim Reaper, AoE 50% chance, and that's the only thing she may be used for if it becomes useful, in my opinion. So I'm going to give her a 3 out of 10 on Global. Her stats just aren't there, and then on JP she got a 70 out of 100, so not the best unit to get your hands on. Next up on our banner is our 4-star base going up to 6-star. Awesome slick-haired back King, damage-dealing, dual-wielding gunman, and global exclusive. We do get to dual-wield guns with this guy, so let's get into him. He has a trust mastery called Resolve. It's going to be put on your character. It's a materia, and it's going to allow you to restore even more MP every turn. And this is very critical. I mean, the new trial that just came out, a lot of turns, and MP recovery could be very good for you. So honestly, a lot of these support TMs that aren't just maxed out damage, again, like I just said about Sice, are becoming very useful, these support abilities. So definitely a pickup, definitely worthy of at least a couple, maybe, just to make sure that you have, MP recovery on the times you may need it. You can just throw it on a unit. And then we have the Limit Burst Endless Waltz, physical damage 2 times multiplier to one enemy. Not anything shiny, not anything amazing. The multiplier is not high enough, and it is single target, so not the greatest. So we'll talk about the support abilities he has in an Indomitable. Auto revive self to 50% HP. So if he casts that on himself, he's going to be able to auto res himself with 50% HP, and that's going to be pretty good for him. And then he has Hawkeye for 5 turns. He's going to buff his attack up by 100% and debuff his defense for 5 turns. So yeah. So he's going to be able to come stronger. He's going to hit harder, but he's going to be taking a lot of hits too. So that's going to be up to you. Maybe you just want to go all out glass cannon and start shooting. Pew, pew, pew. That's going to be up to you. So then we go to the attack abilities. We got point blank shot, physical damage, 2.1 times multiplier to one enemy. Nothing too special there. Nothing too exciting. Magazine blast. We have physical fire damage, 1.9 times multiplier, breaks the defense 40%, single target. So he has a defense break right here, 40%, and it has a little tiny multiplier on it with a little bit of fire damage. But at least he's bringing that break to you if you would need it. He has rapid fire, which is supposed to be his go-to move, but it's not really. I mean, read it. It's like 1 to 6. So 1 to 6 is going to hit 1 time or 6 times or 4 or 5, you know, somewhere in there. 1 point times physical damage, so it's not very good, to random opponents. So this move is actually terrible. And I thought it would be his go-to move, rapid fire. It sounds like it would be. It's awful. So moving on to the passive abilities, we have 2 guns, which is global exclusive. He can wield 2 guns, which is awesome. High cap magazine, the first part, gives him attack 20% and increases his crit rate by 40%. And the way it's turning out is, as you can see here with the high cap magazine 2, attack 30%, normal attacks hit 3 times. So he's, in my opinion, he's an auto attacker. I mean, he's going to be hitting with his normal abilities. They're going to hit 3 times, get his crit chance up, and just go to town with him. The problems I have with King is he really doesn't bring anything. Like, he really doesn't bring anything special. He's not too extremely powerful. The dual wield gun thing did help him out. So I'd say he's somewhere in the mid tier of physical damage dealers. Guns are really hard to get a hold of. His equipment just isn't that great, and you're obviously going to want to be putting guns on him, so they're hard to come by. So he's really a hard, you know, character to build, and he's really only bringing that 40% defense break along in his kit. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 on global, and on JP he got 86 out of 100. Just overall, King is just lacking that to make me want to put him on my team. So here's the moment we've been waiting for. Is the 5-star support, healing, raising, damage dealing unit worth it on this banner? I'm going to say yes, it is. Rem is an amazing unit, coming in at a 5-star base, going up to 6-star. Obviously, healer with a little bit of magic pow going in there. Let's look at the trust, mastery, and love. HP 30%, MP 30% in 1 materia. And guys, I got to say, I love it. All those times you guys have been wanting to build up your HP, you know, bars for your healers or your side characters. You want them over, you know, 4,500, 5,000 to survive some big hits or things like that. Who doesn't want HP and then also MP? I think every character wants that on them at some point or another. We're going to need it for the harder hitting, more, you know, in-your-face trials that are coming out, the harder ones. We can't always go glass cannon anymore, which I hate, but, you know, we're going to have to be a little smart about it from now on. HP, MP, 30% is insane and very, very good CM to be farming up. Let's look at Seraphim Strike. That's the limit burst. Magic, 2.7 times multiplier with Ignore Spirit, 50% to all. You know, pretty good limit burst here. It doesn't bring anything special, like no status ailments or buffing up your team in any way, but it is solid damage, and coming from the magic, it's going to be pretty good. So I'd give that a pretty good rating there. And let's talk about the support abilities, because she is the support. We have Healing Prayer. Get this, AoE Curaja height of heal, like Curaja value of heal, and cure all status ailments to all allies. So that's AoE. So she's going to Curaja everybody and then Masasuna everybody. Woo, we like that. Then we have Curaja if you guys don't want to spend the MP, or you can't spend the MP, or there's just no status element, you just want to cure. You can use Curaja. We also get Raise, revive one ally to 30% HP. It's not full raise, but we're going to deal with it. More support abilities from her is she has Asuna, so she does have Healing Prayer, which is Asuna and Curaja put together. But let's say you don't have the mana, or you don't need to use both of those, you can break them apart, and she still has that versatility, which is nice. She also has this ability, Undying Wish. Auto-revive an ally up to 80% HP for 3 turns. So if you think somebody's going down, or because of a mechanic you know they're going down, throw an Undying Wish on them. If they go down in those 3 turns, they're coming back to life with a giant HP pool of 80%, which is a pretty dang good raise. And then we have a Triple Slip. For 2 turns, she's negating physical damage underworth 3 times. So if she gets hit 3 times, the physical damage ain't doing nothing. So if you need to defend, you need to be, you know, hiding in the shadows, she can do that with Triple Slip. Let's move on to the passive abilities that, you know, our girl Rem gets, and they are amazing. Let's look at the first one, Dual Cast, all right? Use magic twice in 1 turn. So everything I just talked about, as long as it's a magic ability, boom, you can use it twice. This is real Dual Cast. This isn't like green magic Dual Cast, black magic Dual Cast, straight up Dual Cast. The Ludmill TM is on Rem innately. It's amazing. It's very, very good. She also gets Sharp Resolution, which is pretty much dagger mastery. So when you're equipped with a dagger, you put up your magic and spirit by 50%. I mean, you can't be upset about that. She's a magic, you know, she's a magic-based unit, also a spirit-based unit because she's a support. We love both of those, and it's on her weapon of choice. And speaking of weapon of choice, Twin Daggers lets her dual wield the daggers. That's a global exclusive. It was an enhancement in Japan. You know, that's how they got it. They, you know, when Rem got enhancements, she got Twin Daggers. But we get that coming out of the gate in global just to make her better upon release, and you gotta love that. So what attack abilities does Rem have to complement her awesome passives and her supports? Well, she gets elemental spells and Blizzaga, Raga, and Thundaga, so that's just going to be that kind of magic, 1.8 times multiplier at all. She can dual cast that, which is pretty sweet. And then she gets this global exclusive ability, Boomerang Dagger. And what does this do? It's very, very cool. Single target magic damage, so it's only going to hit 1 person, for a low multiplier of about 1.2 times. with consecutive use damage increases of 1 times multiplier up. So every time you use it, it's going to go up by 1, up to 5 uses. So it goes up to a max of 6.2 times multiplier, I believe. That's pretty nice on its own. It gives her like little ways she can play. She can be healing, but if she doesn't need to be healing or off supporting, she can just be dealing tons of damage. The cool thing about Boomerang Dagger is that it procs off dual wield. If you are dual wielding 2 daggers like she can do, guess what? You can just literally, this will proc twice. Boomerang Dagger will hit twice. On top of that, Boomerang Dagger will also use killer abilities and will apply the elements, even though it's a magic damage hitting ability. Kind of strange with the way the game rules play, but Ace had a similar ability before, and I love it. It'll be great to mess around with, see what the animation's like. Definitely her go-to move, you know, for fun. It seems like a very awesome ability, and for finishing or maybe trying to elemental chain with her weapon, things like that. Very nice. We have to see how fast the animation is, though. And then she also gets Siphon Spear, single target, physical damage that's mediocre, but it has a 30% MP drain, and this is going to be wrecking people in arena. It's going to be taking all their MP away. It's going to be rough, but and that way she can get her MP back too. She has like a built-in Osmos, which is nice. Something I like to do now, we're going to do the non-TM build, example build right here. We're talking about how to equip her up. I'm going to put these 2 daggers on her. Survival Edges, and that was from an event in the past, and Defender's Daggers, which is her daggers, specifically from the event she's coming with tomorrow. Now, the reason we want to do that is she has to be dual wielding daggers, and I think these 2 are perfect for her. Her Defender's Daggers are excellent for her, and she also, if they're equipped to her, she gets a special passive up from the Defender's Daggers, which is awesome. Then we're going to put the cat ear hood on, and a lot of people don't know about the cat ear hood. It's from the Fat Chocobo. You buy it with Star Quartz. This thing gives spirit, you know, a little bit of defense, stuff like that, magic, and then it's also going to give you elemental resist up on 3 elements, which is just going to make, which is really good for defense and making sure you can stay alive. Then we're going to go throw the Siren's Robe on her. It's from a trial, from the Dark Esper trial, and then we're going to throw 2 muscle belts on her. And that's up to you guys. You guys can put some, you know, some magic up, some other kind of things like that, but I like a lot of health. I like my supports who are kind of squishy to be really tanky with that health and things like that, so that's where I'm going to go. And then the Materia world, it's your oyster, dude. Whatever you want to throw on there, HP, spirit, you know, defense, anything you guys want on there. That's going to be up to you guys to decide what you need and how much of each stat. That's what's cool about supports, is you can build them to the fight you need them to be. Or you can just throw a lot of magic on her and make her do a lot of damage. You know, it's up to you. Let's talk about the TM example build if we are using TMs. We're going with the same 2 weapons for me. We're going with Survival Edges, and we're going with Defender's Daggers. I just don't think it changes. We do have Venomous Edge from Link's TM, which was, you know, that limited time unit. But in the end, I still like the wind element being attached to it, just in case you want a wind chain or something like that with Boomerang Dagger, and also the HP on it, just to make sure more tanky. So that's why I'm going with that. We're going to use the cat ear hood again. The cat ear hood is just amazing. Like, that thing's still being used in Japan. When I talk to the Japanese players, they tell me it's still pretty good. The people who play Japanese, the Japanese account, and it's really, really strong. So we're going to be using that. Rainbow Robe can't be beat from Marie. Really, really strong. Really good stats, and then elemental resist. And then Magistral Crest has never seen a better use here. It's from the Vanilla TM. It's giving her spirit and magic up, and that's what we want, so we can heal a little bit stronger and deal a little bit more damage. Materia the same way. Throw on whatever you have that can boost up her spirit or magic, however you want to build her. That's the cool thing about Rem. You can build her either full support, tanky support, or full magic damage dealer, or hybrid. She's awesome to use around, and I think you should be very, very excited. I'm going to give her a 9 out of 10 on global. Super, super good. A really thought out unit, and with these global buffs make her even better. I think she got a 94 out of 100 on JP after enhancements, so that's pretty damn good too. Alright guys, that concludes the video. So should you be pulling on the Final Fantasy Type 0 Part 3 banner? Well, I'm going to say no. Honestly, King and Seiss are just not that good of units to be pulling for, so I'm going to call them the booby prizes, or the most assured banner units you are going to be getting if you spend your tickets on here. They're going to be kind of mediocre for you unless you're new and starting out. King can be a good physical damage dealer with the innate dual wield, or the dual guns. Now, talking about Rem is very, very strong. As I've talked about, she's a very, very good unit, well thought out unit, well-rounded unit, brings a lot to a team. It's just we have other units can do kind of stuff like that, and like, you know, Istola was a free unit, very, very strong. We have Refi, who's been out forever on several banners, very, very strong. These dual casts to be as strong. Rem is the top healer, top support of the game right now upon release. But I have an inkling that Tilla 6 star is coming out soon. She's coming back, and Tilla 6 star is going to be very, very good. I mean, I haven't talked about that in a while, but she's going to be very, very good. So maybe do your dailies. I think we have a couple more free summons coming up. But if you want to go hard on Rem, I wouldn't doubt you, because she is amazing. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you're feeling about the banner, if you're pulling on it, and if you like Rem or not, and then subscribe for future content. We'll see you guys later.